If you're a man over 50 struggling with reduced sensitivity, declining firmness, or slow recovery, what I'm about to share with you could completely reshape your experience, both physically and emotionally. This isn't about enhancement products, pills, or quick fixes. It's about restoring your body's natural balance through one of the simplest, safest, and most powerful methods available to us in integrative medicine, the use of specific natural oils that protect your tissues, improve circulation, and help sustain firmness naturally. I'm Dr. Syra Malik, a urologist with over a decade of clinical experience helping men restore confidence, function, and comfort through science-backed natural methods. Throughout my career, I've worked with hundreds of men who came to me frustrated, embarrassed, and honestly, a little lost. They expected me to hand them a prescription. What I gave them instead was something far more lasting, a deeper understanding of how their bodies work and what they truly need. And what I found, again and again, is that the right lubrication protocol can mean the difference between tissue damage and repair, between numbness and renewed sensitivity, and between temporary firmness and lasting response. Today, I'll walk you through which oils work best, why they outperform synthetic lubricants, and exactly how to use them safely for the greatest benefit. Let's begin by understanding what's happening inside your body after 50 and why proper lubrication isn't optional. It's essential. What's really happening to your body after 50 as you age? Your skin gradually loses its natural ability to stay moisturized. Your sebaceous glands, which once produced a steady, reliable layer of protective oils, now function at roughly 40% of their youthful capacity. This means the skin of the penis, one of the most delicate and sensitive tissues in the entire body, becomes thinner, drier, and far more vulnerable to friction-related damage. Each unlubricated session can create micro tears, tiny injuries you can't see, but your nerves most certainly feel over time. This leads to irritation, reduced elasticity, and eventually decreased sensitivity. In my clinic, I've had men describe this as a slow fading, as though sensation is being turned down like a dimmer switch. And in a very real physiological sense, that's exactly what's happening. Collagen production also slows with age. That same collagen that once kept your skin supple and resilient now declines year by year. Tissue that used to recover overnight can now take days, sometimes weeks, to heal. And repeated friction without adequate lubrication compounds this effect, accelerating the loss of sensation. But the story doesn't stop at the surface. Your blood vessels are changing too. The endothelial lining that once expanded easily to deliver blood now becomes stiffer, less responsive to nitric oxide signals. The result? Weaker circulation, shorter endurance, and slower recovery. When I explain this to my patients, I often see a shift in their expression. Not despair, but recognition. Because understanding the why is the first step toward doing something meaningful about it. Here's where things get genuinely fascinating. Certain natural oils, when absorbed through the skin, can actually enhance local blood flow, nourish the tissue directly, and support firmness in a natural, sustainable way. This is not wishful thinking. It is rooted in dermatology, vascular physiology, and decades of integrative clinical evidence. There's also the matter of nerve health. Years of dryness, friction, or exposure to harsh lubricants can quietly erode nerve endings. That gradual numbness you might be noticing isn't always just age. In many cases, it's the accumulated result of micro-trauma and chemical irritation that build up over time, silently, invisibly, as a clinician, that troubles me deeply because it is so preventable. Why natural oils outperform commercial lubricants? Before we talk about which oils to use, let's address something I feel very strongly about in my practice, the problem with most commercial lubricants. Most products on store shelves, the ones marketed with sleek labels and confident promises, contain glycerin, parabens, and synthetic fragrances. These chemicals can disturb your body's natural pH, irritate sensitive tissues, and actually dry the skin over time. They are built for short-term slickness, not long-term health. I tell my patients, if you wouldn't put it on a wound, think twice before putting it on some of your most sensitive skin. Natural oils are fundamentally different. They are rich in vitamins, essential fatty acids, and antioxidants that don't just lubricate, they repair and strengthen tissue at the same time. They are partially absorbed, meaning they nourish from within while maintaining a smooth, protective surface. And because they don't evaporate the way water-based lubricants do, they offer longer-lasting comfort and protection, which is crucial for preventing friction-related injuries and preserving nerve sensitivity over time. From a clinical standpoint, the choice is clear. Let me walk you through the 5 oils I recommend most often and help you understand which one fits your specific situation best. Oil 1, virgin coconut oil. The foundation oil, we start with one of the most accessible and clinically well-regarded options, virgin, unrefined coconut oil. Coconut oil contains lauric acid, caprylic acid, and vitamin E, a trio that supports skin repair, antimicrobial defense, and local blood flow. Lauric acid gives coconut oil its gentle antibacterial and antifungal properties, making it ideal for men prone to irritation or inflammation, particularly those who are uncircumcised. It forms a thin, breathable shield that guards against infections while still allowing healthy bacteria to thrive, keeping your skin's ecosystem balanced and resilient. Now, there's something else I find particularly interesting about coconut oil from a vascular perspective. The medium-chain triglycerides, MCTs, it contains can enhance local microcirculation when absorbed through the skin, promoting a subtle but meaningful increase in warmth and blood flow to the tissue. Many of my patients report that with regular use, they notice improved firmness and stamina. The clinical trials on topical application are still emerging, but the consistent anecdotal pattern across my patient base is something I take seriously. Vitamin E also plays a powerful role here, helping the tissue repair itself from minor friction damage and restoring elasticity. With regular use, the skin becomes smoother, more supple, and more responsive, almost as if the nerves are being gently reawakened. To use it effectively, start small. Warm about a teaspoon of coconut oil between your palms until it melts completely. It liquefies easily with body heat. Apply it gently to the shaft and glands, avoiding hair-bearing areas if you're prone to clogged pores. You can always add more as needed, but starting light prevents unnecessary messiness and lets you gauge your skin's response. Oil 2, sweet almond oil. The sensitivity restorer, my second recommendation, is what I like to call the sensitivity restorer, sweet almond oil. Sweet almond oil is lighter than coconut oil, more rapidly absorbent, and packed with nutrients that specifically target nerve and skin health. It is rich in vitamin E and B complex vitamins, including riboflavin and niacin, both of which are essential for nerve repair and healthy signal transmission. I think of it as nutritional support delivered directly to the tissue that needs it most. It also contains omega-3 fatty acids, which reduce inflammation at a cellular level. This matters enormously because even mild chronic inflammation, the kind you can't feel directly, can block nerve signals and restrict blood flow. By addressing that underlying inflammation, almond oil clears the path for sensitivity and circulation to return more naturally. The texture of sweet almond oil is what I describe to my patients as ideally balanced. Not too thick, not too thin. It glides beautifully without feeling greasy and provides an even, lasting coat that doesn't dry out too quickly. For extended sessions, it performs reliably without constant reapplication. If you have sensitive skin or a history of irritation, sweet almond oil is generally very well tolerated. However, and I want to be clear about this, if you have a nut allergy, avoid it entirely. And when trying it for the first time, perform a patch test on the inner arm and wait 24 hours before applying it to intimate areas. To use, apply about half a teaspoon to a teaspoon, warmed between your palms. Unlike coconut oil, almond oil remains liquid even in cooler environments, making it convenient and spontaneous to use. Oil 3, grapeseed oil, the circulation enhancer next. I want to introduce you to a lighter, circulation-focused option that I frequently recommend to patients with vascular concerns, grapeseed oil. Grapeseed oil has an almost silk-like consistency, thin, smooth, and fast-absorbing. But don't let its delicacy mislead you. It is rich in proanthocyanidins, potent antioxidants that help strengthen blood vessel walls and improve vascular responsiveness. Applied topically, it encourages better microcirculation, the kind of steady, localized blood flow that directly supports firmer, longer-lasting erections. It's also rich in vitamin E and linoleic acid, both of which are vital for maintaining the skin's protective barrier. This means fewer irritations, less dryness, and a surface that stays hydrated and resilient under friction. Men who use grapeseed oil consistently often describe their skin feeling stronger and less reactive, more durable. If you experience both dryness and occasional oiliness, grapeseed oil can also help regulate natural sebum production, creating a healthier balance over time. Because it absorbs quickly, you may need to reapply during longer sessions, but a small bottle kept nearby makes that simple. For many of my patients, grapeseed oil represents the ideal balance between performance and comfort. Oil 4, jojoba oil. The biological mimic. Now we arrive at one of the most scientifically fascinating choices in my protocol, jojoba oil. Technically, jojoba isn't an oil at all. It's a liquid wax ester, and its composition is remarkably similar to your skin's own natural sebum. This biological compatibility is what makes it so exceptional. When applied, your body essentially recognizes it as its own and absorbs it deeply, without clogging pores or leaving a heavy residue. This compatibility means jojoba doesn't just sit on the surface, it actively helps balance your skin's oil production. If you're producing too little sebum, it supplements and compensates. If you're producing too much, it signals the body to moderate. That regulatory function addresses two of the most common contributors to sensitivity loss and irritation: excessive dryness and excessive oiliness. Jojoba is also loaded with vitamin E, B vitamins, zinc, and copper, all essential nutrients for tissue repair and nerve communication. Used consistently, it can gradually enhance the health and tactile responsiveness of penile skin itself, improving both comfort and sensation over time. From a practical standpoint, jojoba is one of the most stable oils available, with a long shelf life and a texture that doesn't turn sticky. It is one of the least likely to cause irritation, making it my go-to recommendation for men with particularly sensitive skin or a history of reactions to other topical products. Oil 5, Argan oil, the premium regenerator. Finally, let's discuss the premium option in this protocol, Argan oil. Often called liquid gold, argan oil is prized for its exceptionally high vitamin E content, along with squalene and ferulic acid, compounds that work synergistically to improve elasticity, hydration, and blood vessel health. For men dealing with thinning or less elastic tissue, argan oil can meaningfully help restore youthful suppleness. Ferulic acid, in particular, has been shown in research to enhance endothelial function, meaning it helps blood vessels relax and dilate more fully, supporting better circulation and longer-lasting firmness. As a urologist, that mechanism genuinely excites me because endothelial health is central to erectile function at any age. Argan oil also reduces inflammation, accelerates tissue healing, and maintains moisture without greasiness. It feels luxurious, light but deeply protective, and just a few drops go a considerable distance. The primary drawback is cost, but given that one small bottle can last several months with consistent use, most of my patients consider it well worth the investment. Always choose pure, organic, cold-pressed argan oil. Never blended or diluted versions. Purity is everything when you're applying something this concentrated to sensitive tissue. How to choose and use your oil? You don't need all 5. The key is matching the oil to your primary concern. For general protection and daily comfort, coconut oil. For restoring dulled sensitivity, sweet almond oil. For improving circulation and firmness, grapeseed oil. For overall tissue balance and skin health regulation, jojoba oil. For premium tissue rejuvenation and vascular support, argan oil. Here is the protocol I recommend to my patients. Apply your chosen oil 5 to 10 minutes before activity. This window allows partial absorption into the tissue, giving you both surface lubrication and deeper cellular nourishment simultaneously. Always warm the oil between your palms first. This improves spreadability and makes the experience more natural and comfortable. Start with half a teaspoon. You can always add more gradually. Over-applying at once reduces comfort and precision. For longer sessions, keep your oil nearby. Most natural oils benefit from a gentle reapplication every 20 to 30 minutes to maintain optimal glide and protection. That brief pause also reinforces hydration and prevents friction buildup. If your primary goal is sensitivity restoration, I recommend combining sweet almond oil with a single drop of vitamin E oil. Simply pierce a capsule and blend. This combination nourishes nerve endings intensively and is one of my favorite clinical recommendations. For a premium skin health blend, mix jojoba and argan oils in equal parts. Together, they create an ideal balance of immediate surface lubrication and deeper long-term tissue regeneration. Some men ask me about adding essential oils. Peppermint for circulation, lavender for relaxation. These can be beneficial, but use extreme caution. Essential oils are highly concentrated and can easily irritate sensitive tissue. Never exceed 1 drop per tablespoon of carrier oil and always dilute thoroughly before any skin contact. Safety and hygiene, non-negotiable as a physician. I would be remiss not to address safety directly. Before using any new oil in intimate areas, always perform a patch test. Apply a small amount to your inner arm and wait 24 hours, checking for any redness, itching, or swelling. Even natural oils can occasionally trigger individual sensitivities. I also need to be very clear about condom compatibility. Natural oils are not compatible with latex condoms. They degrade the latex and dramatically increase the risk of breakage. If protection is needed, use polyurethane or polyisoprene condoms or switch to a water-based lubricant for those occasions. Maintain good hygiene. Cleanse gently before and after each session. Store your oils in a cool, dark place to prevent oxidation and spoilage. If an oil develops an unusual odor, changes color, or thickens unexpectedly, replace it. Rancid oil does more harm than good. The cumulative reward of consistency here is what I want you to understand most deeply. The benefits of this protocol are not immediate, they are cumulative. And that is actually a sign that something real is happening. When you use quality natural oils consistently, the improvements compound over time. Your skin becomes healthier, more elastic, and better hydrated. Your circulation improves at the local level. Your sensitivity gradually returns, not dramatically overnight, but steadily, noticeably, week by week. Men in my practice who commit to a 30-day protocol consistently report meaningful changes by the second week. Smoother tissue, improved firmness, and a revived sense of physical awareness and connection. By week 4, many describe it as reclaiming something they had quietly accepted as lost. With steady, committed use, you're not just improving comfort during intimate activity, you're protecting your future health. You are preventing microtrauma, preserving nerve integrity, and actively maintaining the quality of sensation well into your later decades. This is not indulgence. This is intelligent, preventive medicine. A few drops of the right oil each day can prevent years of gradual tissue degeneration and may even reduce the risk of scarring associated with minor fibrotic changes, something I take very seriously in my clinical work with men over 50. You deserve to take this seriously too. Your intimate tissue health is not a secondary concern. It is a real, significant, and treatable dimension of your overall well-being. And it deserves the same care, attention, and respect that you give any other part of your body. I'm Dr. Syra Malik, and I want you to carry this with you. Maintaining sensitivity, strength, and pleasure after 50 is not a matter of luck or genetics alone. It is a matter of informed, consistent, daily self-care. Choose your oil wisely, commit to 30 days, and let your body show you just how well it can respond when it's finally given what it needs.